Have you ever felt like you were finally making progress only to suddenly pull back, procrastinate, or even give up just as things start working out? You start feeling good about something you've accomplished, but then immediately afterwards, you find yourself feeling lazy, unmotivated, or burnt out. But here's the good news. Once you understand the psychology behind this phenomenon, you can do something about it. Because although it may be normal to feel this way, it doesn't have to control you. It can be scary to step outside of our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. Change can bring a lot of uncertainty, and that uncertainty can be very uncomfortable for some people. They are often negative and self-deprecating statements that we repeat to ourselves on a daily basis. For example, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I always screw things up. And if you know someone who could benefit from this video, please share it with them. Your support helps us continue to create valuable content and reach more people like you. Thank you for watching. These beliefs can be limiting because they prevent us from taking action towards our goals. They can cause us to feel inadequate or inferior, which can lead to procrastination, fear of failure, and a lack of motivation. Limiting beliefs can be the result of negative past experiences, such as childhood trauma or academic failure. They can also be influenced by societal pressures and stereotypes. For example, if you grew up hearing comments like "you're not smart enough," "you'll never achieve anything," these statements can become limiting beliefs that follow you into adulthood. But it's important to remember that we have the power to challenge and overcome these limiting beliefs. We can learn to recognize them, question their validity, and replace them with more positive and empowering beliefs. This can be a challenging process, but it is possible with self-awareness, practice, and support. It's natural to feel a sense of loss when letting go of the familiar, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a routine. One reason why you might be sabotaging yourself is simply because you are unaware of what you're redoing. Your brain has a way of protecting you from things it perceives as dangerous, even if they're not actually harmful. So if you're facing a challenge that your brain sees as too difficult or risky, it might try to protect you by causing you to procrastinate, feel unmotivated, or just give up. This is why it's important to be aware of your thought patterns and how they might be holding you back. Take some time to reflect on your past experiences and try to identify any patterns or themes that emerge. For example, do you notice that you tend to give up when things get tough? Do you have a history of avoiding challenges or taking the easy way out? By becoming more aware of these patterns, you can start to break them down and develop new, more productive habits. You can also try to reframe your thoughts and challenge any negative beliefs that may be holding you back. For example, instead of thinking "this is too hard," try thinking "this is challenging, but I can do it." By changing the way you think, you can change the way you behave and ultimately achieve your goals. Change can also be challenging because it requires us to adapt and learn new skills. This can be daunting, and we might feel like we're not capable of doing it. You might be afraid of making mistakes or feeling incompetent. These fears are valid and understandable, but it's important to remember that change is a natural part of life. And while it can be challenging, it can also bring a lot of opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Embracing change can help us expand our comfort zones and become more resilient and adaptable. It can expose us to new experiences and perspectives that can enrich our lives. When we learn to embrace change, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. So today we dive into the 5 reasons why you might be sabotaging yourself when things start to work out. We might constantly put ourselves down or criticize our abilities and potential. This can be a result of negative past experiences such as childhood trauma or bullying. It can also be influenced by societal pressures and unrealistic beauty standards. When we have low self-worth, we might engage in self-destructive behaviors such as substance abuse or disordered eating. We might also have difficulty maintaining healthy relationships, because we do unbelieve that we are worthy of love and respect from others. It's important to remember that we are all deserving of love and respect. We all have value, and our worth is not determined by our appearance or achievements. Taking steps to improve our self-worth can help us break free from the cycle of self-destruction and build a better future for ourselves.
Wow.
This can include things like practicing self-compassion, setting healthy boundaries, and seeking professional help to address any underlying mental health concerns. Or maybe you don't know exactly why, but you can't seem to keep up your momentum. You can see the finish line in the distance, and you're feeling pretty confident that you can reach it. but then suddenly a wave of fear washes over you. The fear of failing to meet your own expectations or those of others. Maybe you're afraid of what people might say or think if you don't succeed. Perhaps you're worried about the disappointment you'll feel in yourself. Whatever the case may be, this fear can be so overwhelming that it causes you to pull back and even sabotage your own efforts. And the funny thing is that oftentimes our fear of failure is rooted in a lack of belief in ourselves. We might think we are not capable of achieving what we want or that we are not worthy of success. These limiting beliefs can be so ingrained in us that we don't even realize they're there. They can be subtle things like, I'm not good enough, or I do undeserve it. But these beliefs can have a huge impact on our actions and ultimately our success or failure. When we believe these things about ourselves, we set ourselves up for disappointment, and we make it difficult to achieve our goals. The key to overcoming this is to become aware of these negative thoughts and challenge them. Ask yourself, where did these beliefs come from, and are they really true? By becoming more aware of our thought patterns, we can start to break down these barriers and achieve our goals. You get excited about a new project or goal, but soon enough you find yourself distracted, overwhelmed, or just stuck. It doesn't have to make sense. All that matters is that it feels bad. And if you've ever struggled with this kind of thing, rest assured that there is nothing wrong with you. In fact, what you're experiencing is completely normal human behavior. In fact, many people feel this way at some point in their lives, especially when they're facing a challenge or trying to achieve something that really matters to them. Reason no. 1. Fear of failure. Imagine this scenario. You've been working towards a goal for quite some time now, and finally things are starting to look up. No. 2. Fear of change. Let's take a moment to talk about the fear of change. No. 3. Low self-worth. When we have a low sense of self-worth, we tend to believe that we are not deserving of happiness or success. No. For limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are thoughts that we have about ourselves and our abilities that hold us back from achieving our goals. No. 5. Lack of awareness. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts, experiences, or suggestions.